What's going on, bench warmers? We're here with a very special guest, I would say. We have the president of the Barcelona Penya here in New York City. We have Jordi and we have Sam. They just witnessed this match between Napoli and Barcelona that finished 1-1. It finished 1-1, and I want to ask you guys how you felt, especially going into the match after that Dries Mertens goal. Did you feel like Napoli was especially difficult to play against? I'll give the mic to you first, Jordi.
You know what? Playing with any kind of Italian team is always difficult for us. Our style of play doesn't bode well with what they do, but at the same time, Martin's goal was actually one of the first times that Napoli was able to actually push forward in the way that they did. So it was an error of ours, and at that level, you know what? I have to accept it for what it is.
Sam, what did you think after going 1-0 down? Were you confident that you'd be able to turn this fixture around?
Well, it was a cagey game overall. Both teams were fairly cautious in their approach. Like Jordi said, there weren't too many chances created. I don't think we played particularly well breaking them down in the first half. Right? We really struggled to create chances earlier on. So I knew something would have to change in the second half. But overall, at this point in the season with our new coach, we're kind of a work in progress. Right, so there have been good signs, but there's still work to do. So yeah, I was hopeful.
After the 1-1, it was a good, tidy finish by Antoine Griezmann. Is that giving you a bit of relief seeing Griezmann finally getting on the score sheet with all of these issues as far as your personnel up front?
Oh, definitely. I mean, a goal is a goal, right? You have to take it for what it is. But I have to say that the second half, as Sam was just mentioning, was in my mind a big turnaround for us. We actually understood what the game was really about and tried to go out and gain the goal that we needed for the return leg. That said, everything is open, and I hope that we're motivated enough for that return game. I think we will be. I saw a lot of players with a look in their eyes that is, in my mind, definitive of wanting to really attack the return game with a victory that'll be convincing.
You had mentioned something about being in a rebuilding process. There was a lot of chatter going around after signing Martin Braithwaite on this temporary emergency transfer. Yeah, looking at his performance, he just featured in the domestic league for Barcelona.
I think he's a good signing, right? I think he's not a world beater by any sense, but he's the right kind of player for Barcelona. He's a skill set who suits us. He seems like an intelligent player who can deliver what the team needs and be a strong part of the rotation.
Is he going to give, I guess my question better rephrased is he going to give these starting players who are eligible in the Champions League kind of like that break in the domestic league by picking up that slack and putting away the goals that they need against, let's say, these bottom sides?
Yes, he better. No, I think, and to follow up with Sam, I think he has the ability to do that. He played less than 20 minutes and had 2 assists in the last game. First game that he's ever played with Barca. He seems very intelligent, just to underline what Sam said. I think that, you know what? I had my doubts when I first heard about the signing. I didn't really know who he was. But you know what? Now, having seen him play, I have great expectations.
I'll end it really quick with you, Sam. Can you give us, let's say, a prediction for the return leg? I don't know if you think that's unlucky or if you're going to jinx it. So if you believe that, that's all right. But can you give us a score prediction for this return leg over at the Camp Nou?
Yeah. So I'm going to venture it's going to be a 2-1. I think it's going to be competitive because Napoli looked very sharp on the counterattack. But we are stronger at home this season and over the past several. So I think we're going to really turn it up, work them hard. I think we'll get away with a win.
Fantastic. Jordi, I want to highlight your shirt here, Penya FCB. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Penya? I know, having been here at Smithfield Hall and watching a few matches, we've seen the Bayern fans on one side, the United fans on the other too. But Barcelona has a pretty good presence here specifically. Can you tell us a little bit more about having this year as your home, as your hub?
Sure, yeah. We are actually the biggest Penya here. And we're proud to be so because we've worked with Smithfield for a very long time, even before this. Nevada Smiths the owners also own that place, and we started there. So we're very proud to have stuck with them. At the same time, this is our home, and we come here thinking that when you walk in the door, you're part of a family, you're part of a community. People are going to meet you and greet you and welcome you in. And that's what I think anybody wants in a football experience, not just see the game, but feel like you can actually share your ideas and notions of what the game is going to be about and why it is that you actually care so much about that team. So to be here as a Barca fan, to me, is incredibly something that makes me feel very proud.
Fantastic to hear. I love this notion of community, of family, accepting others into the Peña. To kind of wrap up and have a last thoughts from you, Jordi, what would you share with others who may not have come to Smithfield Hall before in order to encourage them to be part of this Peña, part of this Barcelona experience at this location?
Well, I appreciate that. Coming to Smithfield to be part of the Peña is an opening to becoming part of a family, a society, a group, a community that really cares about each other. We do many events that are not even related to the games themselves. We see the games together, but we also have other events. And in fact, we're a nonprofit. We have these events so that we can gather funds that can be contributed to different events here in New York City and organizations. Especially, we've been working lately in this last year with South Bronx United, which is an organization that also a nonprofit that works with young kids to help them motivate to become more motivated and connected to their studies through football, through soccer. So that is our objective, is to whatever it is that we can do to raise money and awareness towards that kind of organization or initiative. We're very happy to do so. So I think for us, the most important thing is to actually coordinate football with a general conscience about the world around us. If we can't do that, then, just being about football is not worth it.
I absolutely agree with that. I like your ethos about this, Jordi, and the way you're approaching the Peña, the way you're approaching this family. Two fabulous guys standing here with us. Thank you, Benchwarmers, for tuning in, giving us our match thoughts on this match in the Champions League between Napoli and Barcelona. There's still a whole nother 90 minutes at the Camp Nou, so we'll see what the return fixture holds for us, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much.